So my new thing is that I'm trying to be a little bit more spontaneous with my videos and also try and just get through them so that I don't have to edit them so much. But I have a feeling if I do that, you're gonna hear a lot more like ums and long pauses and weird phrasing. But I've been questioning a lot of my sort of underlying perfectionist tendencies lately. So yeah, it's a Sunday. I couldn't even be bothered to change out of my weekend athleisure attire, which is really, you know, pretty much my life on the weekends. I'm already failing at trying to get through this without editing. I just wanted to hop on and do a quick video of some things that I have picked up lately. It's basically just the couple things that I picked up in my Sephora VIB order. I also did a beauty habit order to replenish a couple things. And then at the end of the video, I wanted to show you a few new PR products from two brands, Precious Skin Elixirs and Verid Botanicals, or Verid Botanicals. I'm actually not sure how she pronounces it, but I've been a long time fan of her products. There's like little backstories to that stuff, but I'll save it for the end. So why don't I show you what I bought? Oh, and there's one thing outside of the Sephora and Beauty Habit, so I'll just start with it. I picked up one of these SPF mineral makeup deals. This is from the brand Arcona. I've been wanting one of these for a while. I know that the brand Color Science does one that's carried on Sephora, but I find that brand to be kind of excessively expensive. You know, I don't mind spending money, but a comparable product of this through Color Science is, I think, $57 or something. I had seen that Arcona, which is actually a brand I really enjoy, I had seen that they had done a version of this product at International Orange last summer. They had like the full range on display at that spa. And I immediately filed this away as on my wish list. I think Eminence might also do one of these, but Eminence is a brand I don't have a ton of experience with. So this is the Arcona Nearly Invisible SPF Dry Mineral Powder. I'm gonna be too lazy for cutaways, so you get these sorts of close-ups. They come in like a ton of shades. I went for the shade Nearly Invisible. Wait, is that the right shade? Yeah, Nearly Invisible, but there's like 10 different shades. And there is still like a slight tint to this. It's not completely translucent, but the little description says breathable dry minerals provide natural SPF 30 sun protection. You basically just like pump the product out and it comes out through the brush. I've tried it a couple times and I really like it. It's perfect to take on the go if you want to do touch-ups during the day, because, you know, with SPF, you're supposed to like reapply it, but all my SPFs to date have been liquid, so you don't really reapply liquid sunscreen over like a full face of makeup. Plus, I've also heard, like, I've heard some people be extremely anal about like, you must reapply every 2 hours. Yeah, if you're like at the beach and out in the sun playing beach volleyball, which is not my MO if we're being honest, like if you're just kind of like commuting and like living your life and kind of out and about, you don't need to reapply your sunscreen every 2 hours. You know, maybe like once mid-afternoon before your commute home if you're being like really anal, but if you're out and about, yes. Anyway, that's an extremely long ramble about sunscreen. Let me do Beauty Habit next. Oh, one other little one-off thing that I pulled just because I think you guys have seen it, but I did decide to pick up the Charlotte Tilbury Matte Revolution lipstick in the shade Lost Cherry. I was wearing it in my Stark brand review video. I got this off Nordstrom. I have wanted a Matte Revolution lipstick for a long, long time. I am a matte lip lover, and this formula is supposed to be extremely unique. I had wanted the shade Love Liberty for a while, but I felt like my collection was really lacking a sort of bright coral for spring. On me, this is a long-lasting matte version of RMS Sacred. They're very similar, totally different formulas and finishes, but I'm super happy with it. Along with kind of like dark vampy colors like plums and Bordeauxs, these sorts of coral colors I think are also quite difficult to formulate pigment-wise. I used to have a Bite Beauty matte lip crayon called Tangerine. I loved the color. The formula was a nightmare. It made your lips look horrible no matter how good condition they were in. This is really, really good. It's not like that, but I can see how these sorts of colors also have formulation pigment problems, but I think that, you know, they did a great job with this and I'm very happy with it. Beauty Habit. Okay, I'll show you my repurchases first. These are just things that I tend to pick up all the time, although this is the first time I've gotten a large bottle of the by Niev's Cloud of Protection. I've gone through like lots and lots of little bottles of this. I keep this at work. I spray it every single day, usually like multiple times a day. I'm sure that there's probably a cheaper DIY way to make something like this, but I really enjoy this. It is water, grape spirits, like alcohol, I guess, juniper needle, juniper berry, eucalyptus, cedar, rose, essential oils, and it just says this formula contains essential oils that fight airborne bacteria and viruses traditionally used to clear negativity and cleanse the space. So I just really am sensitive to the energy of spaces, and I find that having a bottle of this at work is extremely helpful for me. And then I just bought another pack of the Honest Hazel eye gels. These come through to a pack. I mean, it's like a constant repurchase for me. It's super boring at this point, but you haven't seen these before. They look like this. They are $12 for 3. And I think they're incredible. I keep them in the refrigerator, whack a pair on the weekend. You can reuse them. It's kind of annoying too, because then you have to like put them back in the thing and it seems unsanitary, but it's such like an affordable way to feel like an at-home pamper spa experience. They really are depuffing and extremely hydrating, especially out of the refrigerator. You know, I've had my eye on the Tata Harper boosted contouring eye mask for a long time, but it's over $100. I'm just not sure that I really like need it at this point, to be honest. I'm kind of trying, this is like my philosophy with investing in skincare. My skin is, you know, unproblematic and good right now. I do preventative stuff, but I kind of just want to like ride out the rest of my 30s, kind of just like taking good care of my skin and doing preventive stuff. And then like maybe in my 40s or 50s, then start investing in the stuff that's like quite expensive. I don't know. Yeah, I feel myself going off on a tangent with that, so I'm just gonna stop. Okay, then I got 2 Well People products. I picked up the Expressionist Mascara and a full size of the Bio Brightener stick. This is probably my favorite cream highlighter of all time, I've gone through several of the little travel pots and I just decided to get the full-size stick. It's so gorgeous. I love it. I did a whole highlighter lineup video, so I'm not going to like swatch it or anything for you, but I feel like my camera's having some focusing issues. And then I'm almost out of it's pretty much almost done, my Tarte Lights Camera Flashes mascara. I didn't feel like buying it again. I don't know, I get kind of like bored with mascaras. I was either gonna do the Well People or the Lily Lolo. I haven't tried this actually since they've changed the packaging. I just went for the Pro Black. I know they do several different colors. I'm not gonna open this yet because I'm gonna wait until I finish up my Tarte Lights Camera Flashes, but we'll see how it goes. It's a rubberized wand. I tend to prefer natural bristle wands, but I like something like this for like a first layer or a more natural lash, and then I have Too Faced Better Than Sex as a like beef up volumizing mascara that layers well. This might be like a minorly long diversion, but I don't know, I feel like mentioning it. I got a nasty comment on my Instagram not that long ago where someone had decided to, I don't really believe what anybody says on social media for the most part, except all of you that are, you know, nice and real people and not trolls. Someone that said that she or he, whoever, who the hell knows, went on to the Facebook group that Jess and I host, Vert Nouveau, and she had really hoped that it was going to be an authentic space for real conversation, but when she saw the post that I had done on Eco Diva Beauty, which was basically just a microcosm of a much bigger issue around marketing in eco beauty. This person felt the need to leave a comment and say basically that I'm a hypocrite because I still buy products from brands like Well People and RMS who also use fear-mongering tactics. I guess I feel like that comment sort of misses the whole point, because the whole purpose of raising awareness about these marketing strategies is really not to to live in sort of complete perfectionist alignment with every value you have all the time, because that's basically impossible. I readily acknowledge that lots and lots of brands, even brands that I, like, do engage in fear-mongering tactics. I don't even follow Eco Diva Beauty. People had mentioned that post to me and I was like, yeah, this is problematic. It's certainly not isolated to them. I don't know. I guess I just got irritated by someone trying to make me wrong when I'm not trying to be perfect. I mean, you make a decision at every decision point. So here's another example. I bought the Linda Rodin Billy on the Bike lip liner because I wanted it to match my Billy on the Bike lipstick. So this is beautiful. I'll show you the packaging. It's also extremely expensive. It was like a $30 or $30+ lip liner. And then I found out, and I didn't know this, that I thought Rodin was an independently owned cosmetics brand. They're actually owned by Estee Lauder, who's one of the most offensive beauty conglomerates, just in terms of they own Bobbi Brown and MAC, and they all sell in China. So there's so many ethical issues around that I know people have issues with, but I don't know. I just start to get really overwhelmed with the constant need to validate one's position on where you stand. And if you don't align 100% with how someone thinks you should, then they feel entitled to call you out. To which I say, please, make a profile, make your life public, start making videos and see everything that goes into running a YouTube channel or a blog, and then I will happily return the favor of critiquing your life and every decision that you make. And so I guess that is something that you sign up for when you put your life out on social media to some extent, but I don't know, that person just sucked, basically. And I've already given whoever it is way more airtime than they should. But I guess it just made me realize, I don't really owe anybody an explanation for anything. I mean, it's a very complicated topic. I think that we all do live in contradiction. That's just part of life. I don't think the point is necessarily living in this sort of perfectionist alignment or trying to, but I do think the point, for me anyway, is to be aware and to have sort of critical perspectives on all of this stuff. I've been thinking about it a lot too, especially with respect to how I was raised. I am starting to go off the rails with this video. Maybe I'll do just sort of a sit down chat video on living in contradiction or something. Okay, I also picked up the Laundress Delicate Spray in the scent Lady. I'm a Laundress convert. I have their Woolen Cashmere Refresh Spray, which I've showed in a past video. I have the Delicates Hand Wash Shampoo and the Woolen Cashmere Shampoo. And I just wanted to get this to touch up my silks and delicates in between hand washings. And then I needed a body sunscreen. I decided this year to go for the Suntegrity Natural Mineral Sunscreen for Body. This is 3 fluid ounces. It wasn't actually that expensive. I think it was $24. So this, I believe, is, SPF 30, 20% zinc oxide. I have no idea how it is. I have a feeling it's going to be sort of thick. I don't really want to open it quite yet though. But I'm going on a camping trip. That's also a story for another video. But I feel like I needed a legit sunscreen. I need to get a sleeping bag and lots of camping accoutrement. Can you picture me camping? Not much of a camper. It's been a while, although I was a Girl Scout for a long time. Went to Girl Scout camp. We camped, but then it wasn't even in tents on the ground. It was in little huts and stuff. Anyway, I guess it'll be good for me. I'm trying to convince myself of that. Okay, Sephora VIB. I will save the best for last from this order. One quick repurchase, I got another La Vanilla Deodorant. I went for the Vanilla Lavender scent this time because I'm frankly sort of sick of the Vanilla Lemon. Also, I don't know, I decided to pick up another Schmidt's deodorant now that we're moving into summer because I need something a little bit stronger than this. Either that or my body pH has changed and my sweat just smells a little bit more now, but Usually in the summertime, I'm good with Schmidt's and this, or Schmidt's and like the R.L. Linden spray deodorant. So we'll see. On a whim, I decided to pick up the Carrie Gron Lip Whip. I got the peppermint naked one. I actually did an Instagram post about this. Kind of obsessed. It's really good. It reminds me of the Bite Beauty Agave Lip Mask in like some ways, but it's not very pepperminty at all, I will say that. But it's incredibly moisturizing without being like heavy and gloopy feeling, which is how I always felt about the Bite Beauty Agave Lip Mask. I don't like that product. I know a lot of people do, but it always felt really like uncomfortable on my lips. This has been just amazing as an overnight lip treatment, and I'm extremely picky with lip balms. So I highly recommend trying this. I've been really happy with it. So far I've only been using it for a couple of, like a week, less than a week. But so far so good. I needed a new brow product repurchase, so instead of going for the Anastasia Brow Definer, I decided to try the Perfect Brow Pencil because I was reading the reviews, and I think that this is just sort of like a better investment than the brow definers. Everyone always talks about going through the brow definers really quickly. I don't find that I go through them like super quickly. Yeah, I feel like a pencil is a little bit more economical. People said the spoolie on this is supposed to be better. I tried it once and I do like it. The color is great. I actually like the color. I got medium brown. I like the color of this medium brown better than the brow definer in medium brown. So far so good. It's a little bit, yeah, I don't know. I used it once. I don't have any more thoughts than that. Okay, and then are you ready for the highlight of this video? It's been a long time coming for me. And yes, I'm being like hyperbolic and melodramatic about how important this is to me, but I have been lusting a Viseart palette for a long time, 5 or 6 years before I know this sounds really annoying too, like before it got popular, but I have known about them for a while before they became a little bit more mainstream and carried at Sephora. I had seen a picture of the Neutral Mattes palette on someone's blog, and I was just immediately like moth to a flame. I thought it looked so gorgeous. Followed the brand. I've sort of followed the brand. They've been on my radar for a long time. I almost got one of the palettes during the 20% VIB sale in the fall. I just decided not to. Then about a month ago, I watched Stephanie Nicole's interview with Anastasia from Viseart and Alphonse from Muse Beauty, which they're sort of like sister companies, I think. Quick aside, I've really been enjoying Stephanie Nicole's channel. I know she's probably not for everybody, and truthfully, I did have to like get used to her very thick Massachusetts accent. I was trying to place where her accent was coming from. It was almost sounded Midwestern, but I was like, no, like it's so familiar. I think that I saw somewhere that she had spent time around the Fall River, New Bedford area. I've lived in the Providence-Boston corridor since 2007, so I'm familiar. Anyway, she has lots of ink and she kind of has a bit of a Suicide Girl vibe, but she's incredibly knowledgeable about the beauty industry, works in the professional beauty industry. I actually just watched her Q&A video and the video she did with her mother, who is also very prominent in the beauty industry. Her mother is a VP of marketing for a Fortune 500 beauty company. And Stephanie is basically a broker between cosmetics companies and retailers like Sephora, Ulta, companies like that. Anyway, wow, I'm being very chatty, I realize. She did like an hour-and-a-half long interview with the founder of Viseart. It was so inspirational. I just learned so much more about the brand. They refer to it as a heritage makeup brand. It's a French brand. The quality of the products is absolutely exceptional. Hearing just all the detail, again, it sort of like touches on what I was talking about in my Stark review. Like when you have the insider knowledge, I feel like you can develop a really deep appreciation for a niche brand like this. People have sticker shock with these palettes a lot. They're $80 a piece. They do several eye palettes and cheek palettes. I just highly recommend going to watch that video if you want to learn more about the brand. And so I knew that I was going to get a palette in this upcoming VIB sale. I've also gotten comments that are like, oh, I'm surprised you got that. You don't wear eyeshadow. Well, I will now. It's kind of, in some ways it's like a capsule item for me, and it's also just, it's sort of like a beautiful artifact that I wanted to have in my life. Will I get as much use out of it as some other things? I don't know. I mean, I don't know, maybe it will inspire me to do a little bit more with eyeshadow and eye looks, but I'm sure some of you can relate to wanting to have just kind of a capsule item in your collection that's totally classic and timeless and versatile and of just exceptional quality. It's kind of like the underlying ethos behind like how I edit my life in general, I guess. I also had recently seen Karima McKimmy, who is an Australian beauty YouTuber who I really enjoy. She's one of like the last holdouts of seeming sort of like authentic and like a real person with a personality. She had done a look with the Viseart Cool Mattes. I had always thought that I wanted to get the neutral mattes, and then I saw her do the cool matte look and I was like, ooh, I feel like those colors could be better on me. When the sale rolled around, the neutral mattes was actually out of stock, and I was like, cool mattes it is. I'll give you a close-up of this beauty. I just think we need to take a moment for this like blue down here. It's like my power color, basically. I could see this working like beautifully on the lower lash line. I've been using these top 3 shades as sort of lid colors, contouring colors in the socket. I almost feel too like I could use this pink shade as a blush right there. Probably wouldn't wear that on my eye, but I think it could be a really pretty blush. The colors are just so stunning. I don't have it in me right now to like swatch them all, but maybe I'll do that at some point, or a get ready with me with this. It's really a thing of beauty. I don't know, I'm gonna see how I do with this. I might add the neutral mattes to my life too, or I might do one of the smaller Theory palettes, but it's just a gorgeous brand and I really couldn't be happier with it. Let's round out this video with some of these beautiful new skincare products that I wanted to talk to you about. Some of them will be in ooh, it just got dark. Virid Botanicals. I've known about her brand for a very long time, since I basically got into eco beauty. She was carried on Spirit Beauty Lounge, and I remember a good girlfriend of mine who had been using Tata Harper had tried these products and was really liking them. In particular, she liked the Therapeutic Balancing Face Oil a lot. And would you believe I had never tried Virid's products? I don't know why. She kind of flies under the radar a little bit, which I appreciate. She has 27 years experience as a facialist and aromatherapist, herbalist, I think. She just has like tons and tons of experience, and so I was so excited to try her products. She reached out to me in the aftermath of my How Eco Beauty Has Changed video. It was interesting. That video really brought some amazing people into my life. I am being extremely selective about PR samples that I'll take now. In fact, I mean, I kind of want to stop accepting them, to be honest. It's just something I've been mulling over. You know, if it's a brand that I feel very aligned with, and I'll still continue to work with Beauty Heroes, obviously. So Virid let me pick what I wanted, or I kind of asked her advice for my skin type and my sort of like concerns. So she sent me her Herb-Infused toner and anti-aging treatment face oil. I've been using both of these products for, I don't know, God, I lose track of time. The last 2 or 3 weeks maybe. So stunning. I love them. I particularly like using the toner. I like using it morning and night. It's very unique. It's like a bright pink color because there's hibiscus in it. And the face oil is basically the only face oils I've been using in the evening, alternating, are this and Stark Midnight, and then maybe once a week I'll throw in Mahalo Vitality Elixir, and that's been my evening face oil rotation. There's something like really incredible about this face oil. The scent profile is like vanilla, coffee, citrus, amazing. It actually pairs so well with the Lena Hansen Global Treasures Balm. They're sort of completely in sync scent-wise, which is something I've become sort of sensitive to. So I really like layering them. I don't want to give like a full review here. I'm trying to think of how. I think I'm actually going to do like a product updates reviews video, and I'll talk more about these there, but I did just want to show them and tell you that I've been loving them. Also, as an outcome of my How Eco Beauty Has Changed video, a woman by the name of Marissa, who runs a beautiful skincare company out of Ipswich, Massachusetts, which is on the North Shore. It's about an hour from Boston. Also, I'm obsessed with the North Shore, and if I decide to stay in this area, I want to move to the North Shore because it's just so nice up there. I really, really like it. You may already be familiar with her company, Precious Skin Elixirs. I met her up in Ipswich, and she brought me some beautiful products of hers to start trying. I don't know, should I do like a whole review? I actually do have thoughts on everything she gave me. It's the Rose Quartz Botanical face mist, the Sea Pearl exfoliating clay, which is like a powdered mask wash exfoliator, very comparable to something like Lena Hansen Global Face Trio, the Sterling Honey Polish, which I'm going to talk about more right now because I can't help myself, but let me show you this quickly. And then the 24 karat gold Luxe Restorative Balm, similar to something like Blue Cocoon, Global Treasures, Indigo. You know the drill. A couple of quick things. Precious Skin Elixirs is pricey. It's definitely a luxe price point. Everything is micro batched and the distribution is still pretty limited, but I was very pleased to get to try these beautiful products. Also, she is like a one-woman show. She did all of the graphic design and branding, and I was kind of like, I told her I was so impressed with how gorgeous the branding for her line is. She Reikis all of her products. She's very into energy work. She has a background in herbalism and herbal training, and that's what influences her formulations. The standout of these four, she does have other things in her range, face oils and a cleansing balm, which I think I'm actually going to get to try as well soon, which I'm looking forward to. So of everything I've tried, the absolute standout, not just from the range, but of like a recent product discovery, is the Sterling Honey Polish. This is like my new petal. I learned that the petal was not actually reformulated. They just changed some of the sourcing, I think, for some of the ingredients, but it did sound like there were some ingredient swap outs too, which to me would indicate that it is sort of inherently reformulated if you're switching out ingredients. It's just not the same, and my skin is not responding the same to it. But from the first time I used the Sterling Honey Polish, I was like, oh yes, I need to turn a light on. I think it just got like literally way too dark. Okay, I know it's like a little bit off, but I just threw a softbox light right there, which I think is a little bit better. The long and short of it is, from the first time I used this, I thought it was absolutely incredible. I should probably just do like a whole video demo or something on it, or it'll be in a favorites video, but it's just gorgeous. You could use it as a second cleanser, quick mask, long mask, anything. It actually performs the way that I wanted the Lil Fox Jungle Glow to perform as a second cleanse. That product will also go in my product updates video. I just can't like really deal with it all in this video, and I'm starting to get like overwhelmed with everything I want to say, but conscious of not making this video like 20 hours long. These have been some of like my favorite skincare finds of the last couple of months. And Stark Midnight I would also throw in there. That's been one of my favorite products. So probably Virid Anti-Aging Face Oil, Virid Herb-Infused Toner, Precious Skin Elixirs, Sterling Honey Polish, and Stark Midnight are like my favorite skincare products I've found in the last like several months. I do also really like the Sea Pearl Exfoliating Clay. These actually mix really nicely together, but this is not as unique to me as this is. This actually, the exfoliating agent in here is bamboo, which I really like. I find that my skin seems to really enjoy that. This also has French green clay, sea clay, bamboo, vitamin C, marshmallow root. It's really, really nice. The rose quartz Botanical Mist is really nice. I have shared this feedback with Marissa as well. I think it's honestly too expensive though for the experience that you get for it. I am using it in rotation with other spritzes, but not like a must-have in my opinion. And then the 24 karat balm I like. I just don't, it is a shea butter balm. Shea butter, argan oil, marula, pomegranate seed oil. I mean, it's also like a super gorgeous color. My skin just doesn't seem to respond super well to these sorts of balms. Like I feel like they should do more for how expensive they are on my skin. It's sort of something like Blue Cocoon. Like it's a nice experience, but my skin just doesn't really seem to do much with them. And I told Marissa and she said that she thinks that my skin is in good condition and hydrated, that it might just be like too much and not necessary for my skin. That is the quick deal with Precious Skin Elixirs. I kind of want to keep talking about this product because I'm so in love with it. I gave a big sample away to a friend and I can't wait to hear what she thinks. Thank you guys so much for watching. It totally looks like it's going to thunderstorm, which makes me very excited. The reason thunderstorms feel so good, you guys probably already know this, is that they emit a lot of negative ions into the like air and earth and stuff, and that's why the energy feels so good after thunderstorms. I'm obsessed. I've been obsessed with thunderstorms since I was a kid. Like I live for them. Oh, the sound of rain in general, I'm like obsessed with. I'm starting to get like a little hyper. It's because I had a little coffee before I sat down to do this video. Thank you a million for watching, listening to me just ramble excessively. But I hope it was enjoyable and you got some ideas for some new products. Feel free to leave me any comments, questions. I try and respond to as many as I can and always appreciate anyone that leaves them. So thank you so very much, and I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. Hopefully sooner rather than later, as I'm trying to just kind of sit down and do them with imperfect lighting and setups, although I do have some pretty tulips that I just picked up at the grocery store as a little prop. I'll see you guys later. Bye.